A really useful technique to carry out is an optical section. In this case, we're going to look at the optical section of the cornea. This is an effective way to examine the depth of any corneal damage. If we have the diffuser in place, we should remove this, being mindful of the amount of light entering the patient's eyes. To begin with, we want to thin the slit down as much as we possibly can, which will allow us to get good resolution of the section. Focusing might be helped by increasing the magnification. Here we have the section fairly clearly in focus, and because we have the slit very thin, we can increase the brightness as much as we can. This diagram shows what layers will be visible. Starting on the left and on the same side as the illumination system will be the epithelium, followed by Bowman's membrane, followed by the thickest portion, which is the stroma, and then Descemet's membrane, and finally the endothelium on the right. Here on the real eye, we can just about see those layers, but we can see that the upper and the lower part are not in focus due to the curvature of the cornea. To overcome this, we can reduce the height of the slit so that all of the corneal section is equally in focus. We can now magnify the image further, whilst carefully focusing it and ensuring we turn the brightness up as much as possible as we have a thin slit. The slit width might need to be adjusted to get a bright image whilst maintaining the clarity. We need to bear in mind that we can make the section look thicker or thinner by increasing and decreasing the angle between the illumination and observation systems. As we increase the angle here, we can make the section look broader, and by reducing the angle, we can see that we can make it look thinner. By increasing the magnification further, we will be able to see the layers a little more clearly. And whilst keeping the section in focus, we can try to move the whole section to the temporal part of the cornea. By doing this, more of the corneal layers will become visible because the cornea is thicker in this area and more differentiated. By focusing very accurately, and by making the magnification higher still, we are able to see all the different layers of the cornea. So here we can see on the left the epithelium, which is quite bright, followed by a thin line, which is Bowman's membrane, followed by the large thick area in the middle with the grainy appearance, which is the stroma, followed by the very thin line, which is Descemet's membrane, and then finally we have a bright thin band, which is the endothelium. We also have the corneal reflex and the reflection from the iris, which are artifacts of this procedure.